These are my predictions for who's going to win each division this year, go into the 2022 NFL season. These are not record predictions. I made my mistake with that a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not going to be doing record predictions until we get closer to the regular season. But this is just who I think is going to win each division with all the additions and re-signings made so far in free agency. So if you guys are new to the channel and you do enjoy this, want to see some more videos like this, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to go follow my Twitch as well. Links down in the description or in the bio, depending on what platform you're watching this on. I stream almost every single night. And with that said, let's get right into it. We're going to start out with the AFC North. Teams in there, obviously the Baltimore Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals. I feel like a lot of people have the Bengals winning the division, and they very well might, especially since they're building a pretty sturdy O-line around Joe Burrow. I do think the Baltimore Ravens are going to win the division. Last year, they win this division if they don't get hurt, in my opinion. I believe they started out the year 8-3 last year, and then once Lamar Jackson went down, they just completely fell off. Don't get me wrong, Tyler Huntley was not a bad player at all, but it just kind of showed the impact of Lamar Jackson, like how multifaceted he is. This is a big if the team can stay healthy. Marquise Brown and Mark Andrews had stellar years last year. Their running back core is kind of cheeks. Their O-line's average, I would say. If they can add another weapon like Jarvis Landry, like no one crazy, but a pretty solid veteran wide receiver, that would be a great pickup for him. Again, no record predictions, but I do have the Ravens finishing at the top. The AFC East have the Buffalo Bills, the New England Patriots, the Miami Dolphins, and the New York Jets. Now, I think the Dolphins are in a great position this year, but I'm not sure how they're going to do with the sudden coaching change, and considering pretty much the entire team is pretty much brand new. And they have Tua, but he's ass! That said, I do think even if they did figure all that out, the Bills would be the winners of this division easily. They have a top 5, possibly top 3 quarterback in Josh Allen, a great receiving core still. They have Dawson Knox, and they also just signed O.J. Howard in free agency. And their defense is still stellar. Micah Hyde, Tre'Davious White. They just signed Von Miller. In my opinion, they said this during the playoffs this year, but I truly do believe they are getting out of the AFC this year. It'll be tough. There are a couple of teams that I think could contend with them. They're just stacked. There's no way that they don't this year. AFC South have the Houston Texans, the Indianapolis Colts, the Tennessee Titans, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to rule the Jaguars out real quick because I don't think they're going to be great this year. Going to rule the Texans out because pretty much the same thing. For me, this would be between the Colts and the Titans. If Tannehill can figure out how to play football again and Derrick Henry is fully healthy, then I do think that they have a good shot. But I actually believe the Colts are going to win the AFC South. It's another one-year rental for a quarterback for the Colts, especially because I do believe Matt Ryan is going to retire after this year. But listen to this offense. Matt Ryan, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Naheem Hines, Mo Cox. Okay, I'll stop. They have a good O-line in Matt Pryor, Quentin Nelson. Great players like DeForest Buckner, Darius Leonard, etc. And Frank Reich is still a fantastic coach. I think they could have a shot. I don't think they'll have a deep run in the playoffs, but I think they're going to win the division for sure. AFC West, I don't really think it's too complicated. Actually, that's a lie. The AFC West is the most complicated division probably to predict because of how much star power was added. The Denver Broncos, the Kansas City Chiefs, the the Las Vegas Raiders, I still get it fucked up, and the Los Angeles Chargers. And the Chargers, y'all are going to be shocked by this, I bet, are going to win the division in my opinion. Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. They signed Gerald Everett. Their defense, that was one of their bigger weaknesses this year was their defense. And they did a fantastic job plugging up all those holes. Pause if needed. They have Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Derwin James, J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson pickup I really enjoy. J.C. Jackson's a top 5 corner. Khalil Mack, even if he's not his old self, even if he's like 70% of himself, he is still a fantastic elite player. I don't trust the Raiders right now. The Broncos are making the playoffs. The Chiefs, I don't know what to make of them yet. Chargers, I really love winning the division though. Went to the NFC North now. It's the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, and the Vikings. First of all, I love the Packers' downfall. It's beautiful. But Vikings are, in my opinion, winning. They picked up the Rams offensive coordinator, Kevin O'Connell. They re-signed Kirk Cousins for a few more years, which I'm not sure how I feel about that necessarily. You know, they're going to see how it goes this year. And he has a great supporting cast around him. Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. They improved their defense a decent amount. They picked up Zadarius Smith, Jordan Hicks. They have guys like Harrison Smith, Eric Kendricks already, Danielle Hunter. They're a solid team overall. They've been a great offensive team. Even going back to last year, they're a fantastic offensive team, but their defense has been subpar. That's what's been holding them back. Their defense now isn't fantastic, but I think it's not bad. Also, in a previous video, I said that the Bears were going to win 12 games. I don't think that's happening anymore. But again, we're not doing that right now. The NFC East is always probably the hardest division due to how subpar it is. The Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, and Washington Commanders. Not football team, Commanders. The easy pick is the Cowboys. I do think the Eagles are going to win the division, though. Eagles are a good young team that's only getting better. They barely made the playoffs this year, but I do think that they can improve greatly. They have Jalen Hurts, who's only getting better. They have Miles Sanders, who hopefully will be healthy this year. Devontae Smith coming off of an excellent rookie season. Zach Pascal, who they picked up from the Colts. Guys like Quez Watkins, who have emerged. The GOAT, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. They still have Dallas Goedert. On defense, they still have all their guys. They have a pretty solid defense overall. They picked up Hassan Riddick, which I thought was a good pickup for him. I don't know why. I don't trust the Cowboys because it seems like they can make the playoffs one year and then completely just fall off a cliff the next. So we'll see how that goes, but I do believe the Eagles are going to win the NFC East. The NFC South have the Atlanta Falcons in there, the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If Tom Brady didn't come back from retirement, I would have said I thought New Orleans would win, but since he did, it's obvious Tampa's going to do it. I do like the Saints. They have a great defense. I do like Jameis Winston. He's one of my favorite players in the league, but there's too much talent on Tampa Bay for me to just disregard it and be like, nah. They have the greatest quarterback of all time who you can argue is still in his prime. They re-signed Leonard Fournette. They have Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. They got Russell Gage from Atlanta, which I kind of like that pickup. They have Cameron Brate. Their offensive line is not what it was, but they still have a pretty decent line on defense. They did lose Jordan Whitehead, but they still have guys like Shaq Barrett, Antoine Winfield, Devin White, Levante David, Vita Vea. They're still perfectly fine on defense. I'm personally praying on this team's downfall because I fucking hate Bruce Arians, but that's just me being spiteful. This team is a very good team still. Do not let anything or anyone fool you. In the NFC West, last year this was the hardest division to predict in football. This year is a little bit easier. They have the Arizona Cardinals, the LA Rams, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, my pick will be the Seattle Seahawks. Nah, I'm fucking with you. It's going to be the LA Rams, and I don't think it's really too complicated. Matt Stafford is still a borderline top 10 quarterback. Probably higher than that. Who knows? I think Cam Akers will be good this year, hopefully. Cooper Kupp, I don't think he'll be as productive. I still think he'll be a top 3 receiver at minimum. They signed Allen Robinson from Chicago. I'm happy to see it. They still have Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee, Kendall Bland. Their O-line is still solid, but they did lose Andrew Whitworth. They do have a hole to fill since Von Miller left, and I'm pretty sure they have a plan for that. Their defense is still fantastic. They have Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, Jalen Ramsey. So I wouldn't say they have anything to really worry about here. I think they'll be perfectly fine going into the regular season. All these are sort of contingent on whether or not like their key players will get hurt, but the entire season's based on that. So, but yeah, those are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. I'd like to thank y'all for watching today's video. If you did enjoy and you want to see some more videos like this, once again, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. One more time, be sure to go follow my Twitch. Links will be down in the description or in the bio, depending on what platform you're watching this on. That's it from me, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.